This video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Riverside Farm. This map can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game mod hub, and as of the 1.0 release, this map is available for all platforms. Now before we go into the description, this video is brought to you by Jimmy Romanowski. Thank you for being a farm baron. Now let's read a bit of the description. It says, welcome to Riverside Farms. This is a fictitious map based around the beautiful East Cheshire region of the UK. On this map, you'll find 5 active farms for you to choose from, along with locations around the map which need some TLC and can be reformed to make additional bases of operations. All animal pens are built in and custom to the map. 1 BGA, reasonably priced for free on New Farmer. 1 sawmill. 1 large forest with extra forestry locations darted around the map. 2 large placeable areas to tantalize your creative soul. Loads of shed space. This map is precision farming ready with a custom soil map. This map is also seasons ready with a seasons mask. Bulk buying from the North Farm Shop and Mid Farm Shop. Free lime from both farm shops, plus seed, fert, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide. Additional crops include onions, carrots, rye, millet, and sorghum. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Now we're going to go ahead and load up the mods that we typically use when we take a look at these maps. Go ahead and look at the log while the map loads in here. This map also includes custom lighting. And here we are. So we load on in here at a little bit of a monument. Now, when I had the wonderful honor of doing some pre-release streaming on this map, there were names on here kind of to give credit to folks that had helped Missy B out, or Missy B just wanted to give some credit to. Sadly, those look like they have been removed, but from what I understand, there might be a trick to get these back. I don't know what it is, but that might be a little bit of a scavenger hunt. Figure out what it might take to get those back. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the PDA. Now we are here on New Farmer mode, and let's go ahead and take a look at the lands we own on New Farmer. See, in New Farmer mode, we start out by owning the main cow farm here, as well as the biogas plant. Now, this biogas plant is $31,908 if we have to buy it. In any other play mode, we have a lot of small forested areas here in kind of the middle of the map. We've got the sawmill right here, smack dab in the middle of that, and then very reasonably priced parcels of forest kind of all wrapped around that. There are a few other kind of scattered areas of forestry here and there also. Now we have several farms on the map. We've got a big dairy farm over here to the west, $60,192. We have a sheep operation, which can be found right here for $43,500. There is a pig operation for $24,400. We have a horse area down here in the bottom southeast part of the map, $23,120 or $36. We have a chicken area over here for $27,700. We've got an abandoned farm that has a fair bit of trees and whatnot growing up in it that we can buy and renovate for $25,890. And then we have what I call his and her farms right here. Now, when I was doing testing, they were all one area, but now they are split into two. We have his and her farms. The farm here on the left is $23,800. Farm on the right is $75,384, and it includes a forested area. And if we are on new farm or farm manager mode, or start from scratch, I should say, you can buy the big cow farm that we start out at the beginning for $101,000. Now, as the description said, this map does have additional crops. We have all of the standard crops available to us here on Farm Sim 19, as well as carrots, onions, millet, sorghum, and rye. Let's go ahead and take a look at the custom soil map. So here we can see we've got pretty beneficial soil. We have a map that is full of sandy loam and loam. Kind of a very interesting mix here in field 12. But overall, a nice, interesting flow of soil types. If you take a look at our prices screen, you can see we have several sell points scattered all around the map that are going to take the bulk of our main crops. We also have a fair bit of specialty sell points that are going to accept our root crops, sugarcane. We have multiple sell points for eggs and milk. We have sell points for cotton and wool. We have wood chips, many sell points for silage, hay, straw, and grass, including the biogas plant, since we do own that at the start. We have multiple sell points for manure and slurry. We also have sell point for digestate here at the farm shop and the slurry yard. Here we have our carrots, onions, sorghum, rye, and millet, if I am reading those icons correctly. And then as far as pellet sales go, we can sell those at AD Bales, the barn yard, as well as the farm barn. Now, as far as starting equipment goes, we start with a decent amount of starting equipment, but boy, is it all used. I mean, other than this Fendt Vario, pretty much most everything we have has got a fair number of hours on it. And as a result, it isn't worth much in the resale market. We do have, check this out, this Voltra does appear to be leased. Okay, so you may want to get rid of this Voltra wherever it is pretty darn quick because it is leased. We do not have any animals at the start, even though we do have the main cow farm, and there are contracts available on the map. Let's go ahead and take a look at that starting equipment. And again, the Voltra S374 is leased. So we got the Fendt 724 Vario as well as the 1050. So our tractors range in horsepower from 240 to 517. We've got the Tatra Phoenix 6x6 agro truck. We've got the RSM 161 harvester. We have the Manitou MLT 737 telehandler. We have the Crampy trailer. We have the Draper Stream 900 to go with our harvester. We have the POH 5 plow, the Vanderstand Carrier XL 825 cultivator. We have the Rapid A 600S seeder, the Tempo V8 planter, and then the FH 2200 seed hopper to go with the planter. We have the Kuhn Metris 4102 sprayer. We have the Breedall K165 fertilize and lime spreader, and the Samson PG220 slurry applicator, as well as the TD12 hose attachment, cultivator attachment to go with that. We have the Pottinger's wing mowers and front mower. And that is our starting equipment. But let me tell you, there are some extras here in the shop. Let's go to Beat Technology. And we're going to find that we have a Homer Terrados T440 modded here. And it has been modded to accept sugar beets, potatoes, onions, and carrots. Then we have the Ropa Tiger 6XL that has also been modded to accept sugar beets, potatoes, onions, and carrots. And then to match up with those particular harvesters, under beet technology, we have the onion header, carrot header for the Homer, and this will actually work with the Homer or the Ropa. Under potato technology, we have the Homer HR12 for potatoes and the Ropa 9x45 for potatoes. Under auger wagons, we have Missy B's beet cart, and this thing is a beast. 70,000 liters. This thing is utterly massive. Now, when I was doing some pre-release testing on this map, or gameplay on this map, I did notice that you couldn't dump into this auger wagon unless this was piped out. So this has to be set and pipe out, and then it looked like it would accept product. Now, we also have, under animals, under miscellaneous, there are also 2 tankers that are configured to accept all of the liquid types for the MTU 25, the MTU 60, and the Joskin Trans 7300S. So those are all mods that are built into the map. There are no required mods that you need to download in order to play this map or have any of what I've just shown you. So typically at this point, we would go ahead and kind of do a walk around the farms. But since we don't really start at any particular farm, we're going to go ahead and jump to the fly around. We're going to fly around, jump back to the farm shop, jump in our Mahindra, and start driving around. Let's get a little bit of altitude here and just do a little spin here and just take a look at the scenery. We start just below the big forested area here. And I have to say, this map plays like it is much larger than it really is. This is just a standard size map. But boy, when you start playing on it, it does feel much, much larger than that. Mostly because of the fact that there is very little wasted space on this map. I mean, let's take a look here at the PDA once again. Fields are crammed all over the place. There's very little wasted space on this map that isn't used by fields or sell points. And the fact is that you can pretty much buy everything. You can even buy the typical unbuyables for $0 if you want. So you can pretty much do all of your landscaping right down to the road's edge. Let's go ahead and just kind of fly around here. Bring up the little mini map so we can see where we're going. Got a pair of sell points down there. We're making our way over here to the westernmost farm. This is a big dairy farm operation. We've got a grain complex, some nice storage sheds, big cow barn. Moving up to the west-northwestern corner of the map, there are several buy and sell points up here, including one of the farm shops, if I am remembering correctly. Let's go ahead and skirt across the top of the map, and while we're at it, we'll just go ahead and kind of look across the map. The center of the map is mostly flat, and then you'll see that kind of on the edges, on the western edge and the eastern edge, the land does kind of come up a bit. Other than that, the big prominent aspect is the big mound here that is the forested area. See the big sheep pasture right here. We have our big dairy operation right there. And when we get over here to this farm during the drive around, I'm going to tell you a little bit of story about this big shed that you see right here in the middle of your screen. That is a really cool and interesting feature of this map. And if you're not really sure what's going on, it might throw you out a little bit when you start to want to sell your grain. We have another one of our farm shops directly below here. Then we move on to the pig farm. And what would it be to have two really cool new crops in carrots and onions and not have just an utter massive field of both? So right below us, we have a massive field of onions already ready to harvest. And then on this side, we have a massive field of carrots. About the time you get done harvesting that onion field, this carrot field will be ready to rock and roll for you. We've got a horse pasture down here. Now, as we move on across the bottom edge of the map, we have some oilseed radish, interesting enough, growing in this field. I'll tell you, that is something you don't often see planted by AI players. We have our BGA with 4 large 3-sided bunkers. Now we're coming up on the chicken area. Right here, this area was missing in the version I had. Then we have the kind of desolate farm that has some trees and shrubbery growing, just waiting for you to buy it and clear it. And then this area was also missing these greenhouses, but now we have a whole bank of greenhouses that we can buy and basically get residual income from. We will need to put water and manure into those. Got some more buy points, sell points right there. And now we are in the lower southwest corner of the map. Here we have what I call, again, the his and her farms. I do believe this is the her farm, and you'll figure out why that is so when we get to the drive around. And as the map's namesake, the Riverside Farm, you have the predominant river kind of making its way, meandering through the map. Right there. Got a little bit of a kind of wider opening, kind of more toward the south center of the map. And then we have the Klein dealership right here, and that's where we're going to end our fly around. I have to say, this being Missy B's second map out, she has really done a great job in creating a mighty fine playing environment. So here we are at the shop, and something that's rather unique is that, well, half of the stuff you see here is yours. Stuff is scattered literally all over the map that you own. You may have noticed the Samson slurry tanker is over at the pig farm. Here we have our telehandler. Apparently our sprayer is over here for some maintenance. For some odd reason, we've got our harvester header and harvester inside the dealer showroom, as well as our fent here and our planter. And our cultivator is also inside the shop. So have fun getting all of this stuff back to your main base of operations, because there's far more equipment scattered here, there, and yonder on this particular map. See where we have the new vehicle spawn point, and we have a large large area here for vehicles to spawn in at. You're going to be able to buy a whole heap load of stuff. Now, I will say that these hedges do have collisions on them. So all hedges, all fences have collisions. So be very careful with your driving. I think what we'll do is we'll kind of come down here and catch this section. And then we're going to loop around the map in maybe a clockwise direction. So over here we have bale sales. I believe this is also going to be for some liquid sales. We have Lily's Grains sell point. Here we have the dairy sell point. We have our animal dealer right here. And of course, since we only own the cow pen, that's all it's giving us options for at the moment. So let's go ahead and drive on up there. We're going to check out the sheep area. Also going to check out the pig or the cow area. And we'll swing down to the collection of sell points down below the cow area. Check out the pig farm and make our way back down south and check out those things. While we're heading on over to the cow farm, I thought we'd just go ahead and do a little first-person driving. First stop is going to be the sheep pasture here on our left. All right, so let's go ahead and buy the sheep area. That way we can activate the triggers. There we go. And we'll come on up here to the fence. And just inside the fence here is where we're going to be able to buy our sheep, get them delivered. 510 sheep total in this particular pen. Let's go ahead and get one. And then on the outside here, we have our water trough. Now we activate the animal pen extension mod, and that is what puts the blue pipes here. We activate that one to see if this map has custom support for the animal pen extension mod and the pipes, and 2, if not, it helps us locate where those water troughs are to begin with. Further down, we have our food trough, and then under the awning, we have the area for the wool to spawn. Let's go ahead and check and see what the food requirements are for our sheep. Pretty standard. They've got water, grass, hay, or hay pellets. We'll continue on a little bit down the road here. And we'll have one of our entrances into the large cow farm, Riverside Farm, the map's namesake, nonetheless. I have to say, this is a massive operation. So we have tons, utter tons of buildings. Really nice bale barn over here, if you will. Complete with light switch. We have our dairy barn. Our dairy trigger for milk is over here on the side. And again, we activate the animal pen extension mod, and that is what puts this Lily milk sales machine in place. This helps us, one, identify where the milk trigger is, and two, if you're on PC, you can basically jump into this thing and reposition it wherever you want, and then you can basically have automatic milk sales should you so wish. Now we have our food trough right here, and then we have the straw trigger right there. Really cool shed here. Again, we got nice lights. Nice awning, nice netting there. We've got the water trough. And then we have our buy and deliver trigger. 500 cows in this particular area. We have our slurry pit. Our manure pit. And then around the corner, of course, we have our silage pit. So you've got the chaff trigger right there. Now this map does have 5 points for diesel and DEF. And then we have massive storage. Massive storage. So take a look along. How many bays we've got here? We've got 6 bay garage right there. We've got a 4 bay garage right there. Got 3 more basically sheds here. Of course, you can use this for equipment or bales, of course. We have 5 points for seed, fertilizer, and the like. See, our lime spreader is in here. Additional storage on this side, as well as a maintenance trigger. And then we have this building right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bays, 7 spouts, and a dump station. That's right. This is your silo complex. And let's take a look inside. You're going to see inside here, every bay has a heap of a crop. And it's all different. So this is corn, soybeans, sunflowers, canola, oats, barley, and wheat. Okay, and outside of each of these bays is the corresponding pipe. And this pipe will only output the particular crop that it is directly in front of. So if you have wheat, you're going to have to come to this pipe. You come to this pipe and you want to get corn, it's not going to happen. You're only going to get wheat out of this pipe. You're going to dump all of your grains here into this dump station. But you're only going to get the specific crop that the pipe is directly in front of out along the entire run of the building. So that is a really, really cool and really neat feature of this map. Just want to check and see. These do look like they are, I don't know. I mean, they might be storage. They might just be storage too. It might not be buy points. You might have to basically come and fill those before you can use them. See what we've got going on here. These are our triggers, but don't seem to be able to put anything in them. So they may offer us product that we just can't store. Something else to note, this map does include custom soil textures. There we have a custom planted soil texture. Down here we have another bale sell point. We have our wool and cotton sell point. We have a sell point for wood chips. Manure. Here we have a grain sell point, if I am correct. Farm shop sell point. Yep, it's going to accept certain grains and whatnot in that dump station. And then over here, we have an unloading bay. We're going to be able to basically sell leftover stuff. Right here, we can sell it back. We can buy wheat, lime, seed, hay, pig food, straw, fertilizer, compost, silage, back to wheat. Here, I suspect we're going to be able to buy or sell liquids, depending on what is accepted here at the farm shop. We have a very picturesque waterfall right down from the farm shop. And then this is going to take us down to the pig farm. The frame of reference from the drive around there is the big field of onions that is ready to be topped. Big long drive up here to the pig farm. I like this field of sunflowers, a little bit of a rolling in nature to it. Here we have a silo for pig food. We have our buy point for pigs, and again, we have to own the farm here in order to basically have pigs. Let's go ahead and sell the sheep area. Buy the pig area, and now we can activate the trigger. We have our slurry point, our water trough, our food trough, and interesting enough, this is our straw trigger. We have our manure pit, manure. Again, our Samson and our applicator are over here. A little bit of storage down here at the pig farm. Let's just go ahead and check the pigs and cows while we're at it. So the cows have standard food requirements. Pigs, fairly standard food requirements. On our way around the map. And one of the reasons why this map, as I said, feels a lot bigger, plays a lot bigger than it really is the way the road network kind of cuts back and around and here and there and yonder. There's multiple ways to get places, but pretty much all of those ways involve a lot of double back and curving around. In fact, if we go that way, we'll get to the vehicle shop pretty quickly. Here we have Glider Farm. And this one is interesting. It is a completely desolate area. Doesn't look like any of the farm buildings survived. All we have here is just maybe a building area and a lot of trees. So this is absolutely perfect for those creative types that want to start from nothing and basically just have a plot of land, you clear it, put your own buildings in, and then start from there. Here's the end of that big carrot field, or onion field. Over here we have one of our other new crops. We have our millet over here. Inside here we have some more sell points. We've got one dump station right here. We actually have 3 sell points down here. We have Carton Grains, Ismo's Mill, and Angry Mill Grains. Okay, so we have 1 sell point there. And we actually have 2 sell points inside this building here. By the way, that's your Phoenix, that's your Tatra, and your trailer. Somebody just parked it down here over this particular sell point and left it. So you have 1 sell point here, and then 1 sell point right there. Let's go and double back. We're going to hit the biogas plant and the horse farm. Over here we have the big field of carrots. Some more millet. Or sorry, no, that is sorghum. Sorry, this is sorghum. Both millet and sorghum are going to be, you're going to use your standard grain harvester on those crops. Here we have our biogas plant. We've got the digestate pipe, an in-ground digester. Then, as I said, 4 huge 3-sided bunkers. Let's go ahead and take a look. So trigger 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like that. A little bit of storage for your BGA equipment and whatnot. Guess I should go out and in the in. You have working weights, scales, so that's nice. I like that we have a scale for the inbound and the outbound, so we can properly weigh ourselves to know how much we deposited. Down here in the far southeast of the map, we have the horse farm, or the horse pasture. Don't know if I'd really call it a proper farm because there really isn't vehicle storage or anything. We've got our workout area. And then we have the horse area right here. So again, we have to own this area before we can buy it or use it. 16 horses. Then we have our food trough, straw, and water trough. So other than this little decorative area, you know, I wouldn't really call this a horse farm per se. And we'll double on back and kind of make our way around to the chicken area. This is really the next area of interest. Boy, are you going to get a massive yield off of field 12 and 13. You're going to be working that for a long time. You're definitely going to want the big Missy B auger wagon. Nice little decorative tavern there. Now we are coming up to the His and Her Farms here on the right, but we can't really get in here. Missy B's doing a little joke on us. Hope you enjoy getting in. I will say that there is a much easier way in to those two farms. Here we have Bry the Guy Farm. Is that what it says? Having a little difficulty with some of that font in really understanding what it says. Now, this particular facility is another one of those kind of clean up your own farm areas. Got a little bit of a farmhouse here, and unlike the other one that was just desolate and just tree overgrown, the buildings still exist here. We just have a bunch of trees and shrubbery scattered around. But we do have some nice sheds here. The electric does work. We have diesel, DEF, liquid storage. You know, this might be storage versus buy points. That's what it looks like. It looks like I've got a dump trigger there and a fill trigger there. This might be storage as opposed to buy points. Then we have the chicken area off of this particular area. Now this is two different buyable pieces of land. You can own the farm, but not the chicken area. Or you can own the chicken area and field 66, but not the farm. But it does look like the only way into here is through this farmyard. So you're probably going to be clearing a path out of here anyway. Let's just check and see how much money we had. Now that we own the chicken area, we have the spawn point for the eggs, the food trough, and the buy point for chickens. 500 chickens in this particular pen. Wheat, barley, there you go. So pretty standard food requirements on all of the animals so far. Now, well, next area of venture will be the greenhouses here. A nice little treat. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 greenhouses. All are going to accept manure and water. And I suspect if you own the land, they're all going to pay you out a fair amount of money per hour and per day. Here we have a nice storage area for our excess manure. And I suspect this is going to allow us to store water here, or maybe this is a water buy point. And we're getting to an awful busy area of the map down here. Down here we have a sell point for sugar beets, sell point for potatoes. We have a grain sell point. We have a buy point for fuel. We have a sell point for manure. And we have slurry sales. Like I said, a lot is going on down here in this little corner. You almost can't see the corner for all the trigger dots. Oh my, we have an accident. Someone call the constable. Here we have, I don't know, something Spartan 300 farm. And this is one of the ways into the his and her farms. I think there's another way that I missed. So you will notice that none of these houses have sleep triggers. Go to the placeables. Let's take a look at this. We didn't check it out earlier. We do not have any custom animal pens. No custom mods there. No custom silos. Decoration. No sleep trigger. And no custom sheds. So you're going to be placing your own sleep trigger down. And again, that is perfectly fine. We have an abundance of sleep triggers. I'm surprised Missy B didn't include her own sleep trigger in the map here. Now, once again, we have massive amounts of storage. Massive amounts of vehicle and implement storage here. We have our main farm silo. We have our maintenance trigger. Got some liquid storage, I believe. I believe the farm silo, yeah. You can store liquids and pull them out of the silo also. Here we have a silage bunker. We have the gate into her farm. Storage for seed, fertilizer, liquid storage, def, and fuel. Again, much storage all over the place. We have her farm silo. Quite possibly Missy B's silo. Storage and liquid. And then, if there was any doubt, who lives in this house? It's the green. It's the one with the rented leased Voltra with pink rims. Like I said, I don't think there's any doubt to if this is his and her farm, which side's which. That part's a man who is very, very comfortable with the color pink. Just to make it easier to continue our tour around without doubling back too much, I'm going to go this direction. Going up here to Elmer's Grains and Jay's Milling. 2 sell points back to back. Get 1 sell point on the front. 1 sell point around back. Oh my, we got a double parked car here. Is this what you call a double parked car? Yeah, I've heard the term double parking before. I just thought it was like when, you know, one car was parked beside another car when clearly there was only one spot. But apparently that's parking on top of the other car. So here's the other sell point. Now we're coming around to kind of where we all started this map tour at. We have a grocery store. And its sell point around back. We have a fuel station. We have our monument. And then we have another dump station right here. And then the road is going to kind of wrap around. But what we're going to do is we're going to go this way. Because I do want to hit the cow farm, which is on the far west. So you're going to have to clear your way into the sawmill. You see the whole area up here is so overgrown. Interesting deal here. So we have multiple log sell points. We've got one right here with the trigger icon. Got one right there with the trigger icon. And then our wood chips are around back, as one might expect. Oops. Trying to make our way back down. There we go. We have our final farm on this tour. The big beef farm. So it kind of makes you think maybe the other dairy farm is, well, dairy farm. The other big cow farm is the dairy farm if this is the beef farm. But we do have a milk trigger up here. So if you want to do dairy cows up here, you can indeed just ignore the name. So just like every other farm on the map, you do need to own it before you can use it. Let's go ahead and sell some of this. Just so I have enough money. So inside here we have the straw trigger over here. We have the manure trigger around back. We have a jet flyover. We have a slurry trigger. We have our cow buy point around back here. We have our milk trigger also around the side of the building. We have our food trough. And then we have the water trough. And then massive shed over here. A big area where we could put more stuff down, should we so wish. And then we have our silo dump and our fill pipe. Just a few more areas to go on this map. Be curious what you all think in the comments about my statement on how this map plays so much bigger than it really is. This is by all means a standard size map, given the fact that it is available for console. But since there is pretty much no wasted space on this map, every square inch is playable and usable. It feels much larger. Here we have another sell point for wood chips in the biomass area. And this is going to take us to another clump of buy and sell points up here in the extreme northwest of the map. So up here we have another farm shop. We have our grain dump. We have our buy silo, where again we can buy wheat, lime, seed, hay, pig food, straw, fertilizer, compost, silage. We have a dump point where we can sell excessive things, like maybe you have too much seed, and bring it back here, possibly sell it. We have buy points for various things like sugar beets, sugar cane, carrots, potatoes, bales, wool, cotton, and then just like the other building, we once again have 2 more sell points right here. We have 1 dump station right there and 1 dump station right there. So guys, that is gonna do us for the map. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this map? Riverside Farms. Again, this map is available over at the farmingsimulator.com website and the in-game mod hub. This map, as of its 1.0 release, is also available for all platforms. And until next time, happy farming.